Matt Dinestra for Santa Cruz Basketball.com, joined by Santa Cruz Warriors broadcaster Kevin Danna. From LA this time, the Warriors have played one game already against the Defenders, and they take on the Los Angeles Lakers affiliate tonight again. But Kevin, before we get into previewing tonight's game, there have been two incredible comebacks, one that ended in a win against Bakersfield and one in a loss against LA in the last two games. What did you learn about this team over those two games?
Well, they certainly don't have any quit in them, that's for sure. I mean, you could be down 18 points with 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter and say, all right, well, this game's over. Let's pack it in and get ready for the next one. Obviously, that didn't happen on Thursday night thanks to the last guy on the bench, Kiwi Gardner.
Here's Gardner, 5'7" out of Oakland. Gets to the hoop, gets a foul called on Aaron Johnson and call it. He gets the bucket to go. They give it to him. Will Voigt has his hands on his head. 92-77. Kiwi Gardner, a bit of a revelation here tonight for the Jam.
That was absolutely unreal. And then down 28 against Los Angeles in the second quarter, 48-20, to come back and take a 3-point lead. Now, obviously, you want Santa Cruz to be able to start games better than spotting 45 points in the first quarter to the opposition like what happened last night. But this team doesn't give up. It takes them a little while to get going, but when they get going, they get going.
Kiwi Gardner, 23 points in 9 minutes in the fourth. From where you sat broadcasting the game, what did you see? When did you think that Kiwi could make this a game?
Yeah, well, when he came in, it was 88-71 with 9:15 to go in the fourth. And I remember saying, I like this substitution because you're not quite sure exactly how much production Kiwi's going to give you, but you know he's going to give you a ton of energy.
1:27 to go in the fourth. Here's Gardner, gets a screen from Devin. Launches a deep three, it's good! Kiwi Gardner gives Santa Cruz a 2-point lead. 105-103, he has 19 off the bench.
I think Bakersfield was shell-shocked. I think Santa Cruz was even shell-shocked a little bit. I mean, Phil Hubbard, assistant coach, who has more than 30 years of experience in professional basketball, after the game said to me, I've never seen anything like that. This was a really special night. He was the 8th to last pick in the NBA D-League draft. And he was doing most of his work against a guy who was the number 17 pick, Dennis Schroeder, of the NBA draft. And Dennis Schroeder's a great basketball player. He has a very bright future. But Kiwi owned that night.
And this is a guy who went to both open tryouts for the Santa Cruz Warriors in Santa Cruz and Oakland at the Golden State Warriors practice facility. He went to pretty much every open tryout on the West Coast. He's a grinder. You can see that in the way that he practices and the way he plays.
Yeah, no, exactly. One thing that comes through when Kiwi plays is that he loves the game of basketball.
And to Kiwi Gardner, leading the fast break. He's going to go up, gets met hard, and gets it to fall in! This crowd goes wild!
He just loves playing the game. You can see it on the bench. He's the most vocal guy. He's always standing during the games, cheering on his teammates, clapping on for his teammates. And when he gets into the game, he's ready to make something happen. And you know, a funny story that Coach Hill said in the last pregame show, he said that in the fourth quarter, Kiwi Gardner was just kind of yelling to no one in particular, I'm ready, I'm ready. This was when Santa Cruz was down 17, 18 points in the fourth quarter. He said, I'm ready to go in. And then finally, from what I'm heard, and this part isn't quite confirmed, but then he rips off his warm-up pants and says, I'm ready one more time. And then Casey Hill's finally like, all right, Dwayne, Kiwi, let's go into the game.
So that was Thursday's game against Bakersfield. Let's switch gears to another comeback, a 28-point comeback to take the lead in the fourth quarter against LA last night, but it didn't go the Warriors' way. What happened?
Well, they spotted Los Angeles a 27-point lead in the first quarter, and you can't be down 45-18 after 12 minutes and expect to win, especially on the road. Now, Santa Cruz almost did that. And if it wasn't for 3 straight Jamario Moon threes and a Brandon Costner three at the end of the game, maybe Santa Cruz does win. But you can't expect to win games when you're down by 9 3-pointers. And you know, Manny Harris was absolutely on fire. 41 points, first time anybody has scored 40 points against the Sea-Dubs.
So we have one game against LA in LA tonight, and then back at Kaiser Permanente Arena for the third game in 3 games against LA. What are the keys to tonight's win and then a win hopefully at home on Tuesday?
You can't let Los Angeles get out to a lead like the Defenders did in the first quarter last night. Now, I'm sure Casey Hill's not going to let that be an issue this time around. They had a long film session today. That was the point that was hammered home. So it's about playing a full 48 minutes and making sure that you get back on defense and don't let Los Angeles get fast break points.
As always, Kevin, thanks for your insight. We'll be listening to the call on 1460 AM, 101.1 FM for any listeners in the Santa Cruz area, or on YouTube, youtube.com/NBA D-League or santacruzbasketball.com.